Let's talk now to GBNews' political editor, Darren McCaffrey, who is in Westminster for us. Darren, look, thank you very, very much. Now, what has the political, easy for me to say, the political response been to all of this? Because people are pinning it on the government, saying you should have done more to negotiate with them.
Yeah, indeed. So the government say all these strikes are damaging, they're counterproductive, they're going to damage. And the reason, Patrick, they would argue, the Conservatives, that they can't cave in, if you like, to these double-digit pay rises in various sectors, is that would end up being self-defeating. It would fuel the very issue at the heart of all of this, inflation. As for the Labour Party, they clearly blame the government, saying that they should intervene in all of this, that they're being extremist, if you like, in not taking the side of these ordinary workers up and down the country that are going to go on strike. And caught in the middle is you and I and everyone else in the country that's potentially going to face disruption, whether it's on the railways, whether it's in the postal services, teachers, nurses, ambulance drivers, airline baggage handlers, I could go on and on. It really does feel like the winter of discontent. Now, there are many in Parliament feeling the government do need to get a grip of all of this. It's not been discussed in the Commons today. Apparently it wasn't discussed at Cabinet this morning either, even though it is the biggest political issue of the day. Many feeling the government need to get a backbone, really, and decide to stand up to the unions. Been much talk, hasn't there, in recent weeks and months. It was in the 2019 manifesto. Liz Truss was committed to it. It's already started its legislative process through Parliament. This idea of a fixed level of provision during strikes, i.e. that you need to provide a minimal level of service. It's not going to deal with the next couple of strikes in the next couple of weeks, Patrick, but many feel it could help in the future. In the end, though, what is the government doing to sort all of this out? Many feel, as I say, that they need to either stand up to the unions, get involved, tucked into these negotiations. But in the end, it's quite tricky. And the big question for the Conservative Party ultimately is, who is the public going to blame? Are they going to blame the unions for the disruption, or are they going to blame the government?
Yeah, Darren, thank you very much. Our political editor, Darren McCaffrey, there is in Westminster, and I think